Why hath he chosen to do it yet again? You shall never know. I don't know if anybody's around at this time, but we'll see. There's 5 likes from people who haven't even seen a single second of what is about to unfold. So I don't know what's up with that. Howdy indeed, and Merry Christmas. Yes, again. Just cause, indeed. I have done it before, and I can do it again. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, wow. Thank you, melon chili sauce. That's very generous of you. Appreciate it. And Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're doing well, and hope everybody else is also having enjoyable holidays. And thank you, Kirsten. Scott is also around again. How fortuitous. Yes, I saw the Soul Calibur tournament that Metatron is doing. I mean, the announcement for it. I don't know why I got a rapier, but hey, it is what it is. I actually commented on it, so check the comments if you want to see what I had to say. Pretty cool idea. I like it. Even though I have to say Soul Calibur 6 is a little bit too over the top for my taste. Yes, yes. Merry Christmas once again. Yeah, why wouldn't I still be awake? It's not quite 9 over here in the evening. I go to bed a lot earlier these days than I used to, but not quite that early. All right. At your Christmas dinner and get together with your parents. All right, there you go. Hope it was enjoyable, noms. Happiest of holidays and merriest of Christmases to you. Indeed, same to you, Black Dragon, and thank you. Gledelig jul. Merry Christmas from Egypt at 2:55 a.m. Damn. Like last year? Oh, cool. That's pretty awesome. You have impeccable timing, sir. Christmas is my favorite pagan holiday. Mine is Halloween. In other words, Samhain. Both very pagan in origin. Rum and Coke? No, just tea. Just some hot tea. Still very hot. Yes, let's all compare time zones. That's totally what we need right now. I mean, nothing against rum and Coke. That's pretty good. I'm assuming you mean the drink, not the powder. I wouldn't be up for that. Are there weapons that you'd like to train in the future if you had a chance? Or is it longsword from here until eternity? I seem to go in cycles. Oh, there's still stuff that I would like to try. I actually want to dedicate some training time to pole arms. That would be pretty awesome. There's plenty of manuals for halberd and all that. That is definitely on the long-term to-do list. Maybe some more staff as well. I wouldn't mind some sword and shield as well. You know, not just sword and buckler. You know, like I wouldn't mind trying sword and targe, but sword and rotella, for example, would also be pretty neat. In fact, I would also be interested in axe and shield, you know, just to mess around with. There are no manuals for that, but just to experiment a little bit. Yeah, the Renaissance strapped shield, in case you don't know, the rotella. You're gonna upload this stream? You really need to continue working. I might. It kind of depends on how it goes. There aren't any axe manuals, period, right? Yeah, not really. I mean, pole axe is really the only thing. Now, Paulus Hector Myers is showing really short halberds. At least I think he calls them halberds. Like they're super short. They might as well be just two-handed axes. So that's something, but otherwise nothing I'm aware of. You know, like the French manuscript Le Jeu de la Hache is, you know, the play of the axe. They call it axe, but it's a pole axe. And I'm not really aware of any actual manuals, especially for single-handed axe. I don't think there's anything, at least from Europe. There's like some axe stuff in Chinese martial arts, possibly a few others. Have you tried Canadian cinnamon whiskey? Fireball? I've heard of it, but I haven't tried it. I found that I've kind of lost my taste for cinnamon. At least whenever I have cinnamon that's something with a strong cinnamon flavor to it, I don't particularly like it anymore. Like cinnamon tea, for example. We have some cinnamon apple tea, and I don't particularly like it anymore. I don't know what happened. I used to like cinnamon, and I still like stuff like cinnamon buns, but if it's like really strong, dedicated cinnamon flavor, not really a fan of that anymore. Yeah, Modern Tomahawk. That's another place to look. That is right. What's your opinion on messer versus longsword? I personally find it easier than fighting a saber with a messer. Okay. Huh. I would actually expect messer versus saber to be easier than messer versus longsword. Because, I mean, I would say messer is not as much of a disadvantage against longsword as a lot of other single-handed swords are, but it's still not great. Single-handed versus two-handed is never a good time, really. You know? Thank you, Drew. The movie that got me into fencing and swordplay is 2002 Count of Monte Cristo. Okay. Do you ever be interested in doing a video on it and its combat? Hasn't been on my radar at all so far. I guess I could look into it at some point. Fireball tastes good if you're a fan of high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, that I'm not. I mean, for my European ass, it was always really weird when I saw Coca-Cola advertised, like special edition, advertised as with real sugar. I'm like, wait, what? How's that special? Like, that should be standard, but no, high fructose corn syrup. That's the deal. I have not played Ghost of Tsushima. I don't have that game. Agnog and Captain Morgan? I don't know about that. I mean, if you're trying to rope me into a booze discussion, I'm really the wrong guy for it. I really drink essentially nothing. Like, it's very rare that I drink anything. If I do, sometimes it's like very sweet wine. I do like me some rum and Coke every now and then, but generally not really. Didn't he get sent one once from a fan? A what? Yeah, mead. Mead is nice. I'll agree with that. It's been forever since I had mead, but I liked it back in the day. In which situations would it make sense to use a single-handed sword in two hands? Just if you need to hit harder, basically. There are some depictions, there are some historical paintings where you see somebody use an obvious arming sword with two hands. And I'm assuming it's for that reason. Hit them harder. Because at least I find it pretty awkward to use a single-handed sword with one hand. It's possible, but I think you're generally better off using it with a shield. If you lose your shield, okay, that's a different story. Can we expect some workout videos or tips for getting back in shape? Hopefully. I'm hoping that I will finally be able to get it under control again. I honestly can't say. I've had so many setbacks. I kept trying over and over again, and this time I've had nothing but setbacks, which is crazy. Never been this difficult. But if I manage, yeah, I'll probably do that. I don't watch Vikings. The TV show is just... it's gross to me. Like, the misrepresentation of Vikings is just distasteful. Like, the bunch of frickin' LARP outfits that they're running around in, I can't stomach it. What kind of weapon you don't own that you want the most? I had a similar question earlier, and I don't have a good answer right now because I don't actually want anything for quite a while. I want to get rid of things. Especially since yet another move is planned for next year. Yeah. It's good. I'm looking forward to it because we're getting out of this damn cursed apartment, but it's not cursed, it's just annoying. And I just want to get rid of more things. I don't want to add anything new, really. No. We're not leaving Nova Scotia. Although I miss Vancouver Island, we can't go back there anytime soon. If ever. Well, it really depends on how it goes. Yeah, I know, Scott. I would love to, honestly. Like, I would really love to go right back to Victoria, but we found out that even though the year in the house was a disaster, in terms of financial loss and stress and everything, we've still found out that this is really what we want. Living in a house. Especially now that we're back in an apartment, we didn't really know it because we lived for the vast majority of our lives in an apartment, and so then the house we kind of particularly you discovered it because you had never lived in a house before. I at least hadn't lived in a house with my parents, but yeah, so that showed us that that's what we really want. You can rent a house, not in Victoria. I mean, you can, but it's so absurdly, obscenely expensive. Like, for that price, you can basically get almost a villa here. So it's too crazy. I hate it, but what can you do? There's just too much money to spend. Well, sure, rent a house with basement, suite roommates, but we are both so introverted, we don't want anyone near us, anyone else. That's part of the thing. That's part of why we want our own house. To not have to deal with people. That's just a big part of it. Off to bed with you. You're falling asleep on my shoulder here.
It's comfy.
You're comfy too. Miss the outdoor videos, me too. It sucks to not be able to do that right now. But we're working on it. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I really miss it. I miss Victoria, I miss the people, I miss, everything. But it's just not really feasible. It's just such a deal breaker. And we can't be spending that much money on, because like house is just not even in the cards really on Vancouver Island. I mean, maybe like who knows how far up the island, but what else? Doom Guy Ironblade. I don't remember what it looks like. No idea. Land tax also kind of high. Yep, that too. The costs are overall pretty obscene over there. Want to come back to Europe? I've had my moments of considering it. I've been, kind of eyeballing Ireland a little bit, but overall we do want to stay in Canada. And I mean, the thing is, Nova Scotia is nice. It's just, it really can't be... It can't compare. It can't compare to the island. Skull, I miss the people. Also, Skull, we're so introverted. We want to get away from people. Strangers. Okay, there's a difference between friends and random people. Also, there's a difference between meeting up with people every now and then and living together with them. I mean, do I really have to explain this to you? You're just being a smartass, right? Deliberately, I hope. You could go to Cape Breton. Yeah. That's pretty far away, though. Sweden has some crazy cheap houses. Sweden? I just know that houses in Norway aren't cheap either. I mean, they aren't cheap in Ireland either, so it's like most places have become pretty unaffordable. It's just a thing now. What is? Ah, whatever. Got myself some pumpkin pie and hot chocolate. That sounds pretty good. Good on you. When houses are cheap, generally think of fixer-uppers. And that's the thing. That's the mistake we made with the house. Because, yeah, the purchase price was pretty low, and it looked alright, but it had all these hidden issues. We sunk a lot of costs into fixing and upgrading and maintaining, but stuff just kept happening. I mean, the frickin' water heater broke literally 2 weeks before we moved out. So we had to replace that. That came on top of everything else. It was just, the place was cursed for us. And that's the thing. Like, if it's cheap, it's suspicious, because it doesn't help you if you end up having to pump a lot of money into it over the long run, right? Anyway. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have considered the UK anyway. That's why I said Ireland. And I don't mean Northern Ireland. Have you ever had persimmon pudding? I can't say that I have, but that sounds pretty good, actually. Movable house? No, no, I don't want just a boat or a camper. If you want, you do not need any money. All you need is a fearless mind. That sounds like some new age bullshit right there. I mean, no offense, but that sounds like one of those motivational posters, you know? All you need is believe, or whatever. No, you need a bit more than that. If not money, then you need to have a lot of time, and ideally a lot of knowledge and experience in fixing things, building things, etc. Which we don't. Especially not the time you need, but also not all the experience. So, I mean, it was literally our first house, first time. So, that just did not work. Move to North Dakota? No, no thanks. No US. Not happening. Ever. It's too messed up. Again, no offense to anyone, but US too messed up. In terms of politics and economy and everything. No. No thanks. Zero interest. No USA. Speaking as an American myself, screw it. Yeah, I know. I've heard enough Americans talk about it to know the problems first. Well, secondhand, I suppose. Hope the next house is the one. I really hope so too. I really do. Can't wait for it. How's Sword Sage doing? He's doing alright. You know, ups and downs and everything, and of course everybody's struggling with this cursed year, but from what he said, he's doing pretty okay, all things considered. Alright. Just delete this. There we go. For in Iceland, they give some possibilities for newcomers or something. I don't know. The thing is, I like Iceland, but the problem is the language. I've taken a course in Icelandic. I mean, I was gonna say it was Old Norse. No, I also did an actual modern Icelandic course, but I didn't even complete it. It was too much. The grammar is, if you know the kind of complex grammar that Latin has, that plus absolute tongue twisting pronunciation, because the pronunciation is very different from that of other Scandinavian places. So that was a bit of a deal breaker. We used to think about moving there, but whew, I don't want to be that person who lives in a country without speaking the language. How's the Albion Principe? It has found a new home. I sent it back to Albion for repair, and then it was sold from there. I just want to recover like a part of the costs and just give it a better, less abusive home. Because as I said, I'm trying to downsize and get rid of things. All right, that's that for the tea. Iceland has too many trees for my taste. I get the sarcasm. Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm disappointed you didn't title this just Claws. I can. Damn it. I missed that. That was a rhubarb tea. Sounds weird, but it's alright. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. Decent. Just want to try it out. Houseboat? No, not for me. What do you think of your brown bess musket? I made a video about it. I don't have it anymore, but everything I thought about it was in the video, basically. Planning to have a duel in the future with another YouTuber that can sword fight? Maybe, it's hard to say. I mean, it won't be an option anytime soon. But after the pandemic, maybe. When I'm back in shape, at least. What? You own a lighthouse? Yes, of course. Who doesn't? You like Megadeth? Yeah. Got some good albums. What else we got? We have a bias toward any sword maker. Isn't that obvious? Albion is kind of my go-to. But Lockwood is basically on the same level, so I should probably say Albion / Lockwood. And I try to be as unbiased as possible, of course, in reviews, but if you want to call it a bias to be just generally convinced by the quality of a maker, then I guess that's what it is. Did Vikings use drugs? I mean, they had alcohol. Alcohol is a drug. And supposedly or possibly the berserkers were on shrooms or whatever. I don't know. They might have used other stuff. I'm not sure we have any actual evidence for anything other than alcohol, but I'd be surprised if they hadn't found something else. You're excited for Chad's movie? I didn't even know that he makes one, so I guess no. I really don't keep up with what other people are doing. I'm just too focused on getting my own stuff done and sometimes just getting through the day, quite frankly. I can't really spend too much time and energy on what other people do, but good on him. Either they didn't, or it was so normal they didn't care enough to write it down. Yeah, possible. I don't think sword breakers actually break swords. I mean, it's a misnomer. It's a sword catcher. Mandalorian? Nah, no. Sorry. I know it's good and all, but it just doesn't interest me. Vikings smoking weed? I don't think there's any reason to think they did. At least there's no direct evidence. Did they grow? I don't even know if they grew hemp. Is it just a variation of "Do you smoke weed, bro?" question? No, I'm not soulless. I'm just not a Star Wars guy. Give me a break. Not everybody needs to be into the same things. Relax. What was your very first Albion? Do you still have it? The first one was the Squireline Bastard Sword, which I don't have anymore. Haven't had it in quite a while. Star Trek then? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Trekkie. I wouldn't consider myself a fan, but I can enjoy it. Yeah, blasphemy. I know. I'm not into Star Wars, I'm not into Warhammer 40k. Yeah. I don't think Star Wars sucks. I just doesn't do it for me. Just doesn't interest me. That's all. I mean, I will say the recent movies suck. You know, based on what I've heard, and also I did actually watch which one was it? Force Awakens. Yeah, the first time when emo Vader shows up. Ben Swallow. That was not good. That was could have been time better spent. After all these years, how's the shoulder? I still notice it sometimes. Like it's a bit, cracking and popping sometimes, and every now and then it aches a little bit. What's with the one guy who's talking German? Like, can't you just communicate in English like everybody else so that people can actually understand you? Anyway. Ever heard of the game Mountain Blade? No, what's that? It's just like something on the Nintendo. The Expanse is the best sci-fi. Sci-fi on? On what? Whatever. I haven't heard of The Expanse, so. Yeah, I know. I did watch the original trilogy, of course, a long time ago. And it was good, but not good enough. Or, well, I shouldn't say not good enough, but it just didn't turn me into a fan. That's all. I was really into your vids and the signs of Neolithic period early warfare. That area of history isn't touched on much. I know. It's a shame. We also just don't have as much evidence. I mean, at least we don't have written sources, okay? So. Who's your favorite Belmont besides Simon? I mean, if the Castlevania Netflix series counts, then I do kind of like Trevor. I mean, he's a mess. Like he's a bit of a hot mess, especially in the beginning. But it's kind of, it makes him more relatable, because he's not just this one-dimensional hero, but he actually he has his problems. He's flawed. He's like a real person. I can appreciate that. That's kind of cool. I'm in Nova Scotia. Where does one get a shirt like that? I can't tell you. I I think I got it before 2016, so I don't remember where I got it. Sorry, no idea. Been a while. Written Neolithic would essentially be cave paintings. I mean, yeah, you can. There's some things, some hints you can get from cave paintings, but it's not like written text. Best concert you've been to? None, because I don't go to concerts. It's way too many people. I can't deal with that. I don't like to be around a bunch of strangers. Humans are kind of, especially in large gatherings. Not fun. Not fun for an introvert. Remember way back when you did videos in that knife shop back in Europe? Yeah, that feels like it's forever ago. 2012. Damn. I don't necessarily hate people. I have a certain distaste for humanity in general because there are way too many, like there are too many stupid people and too many assholes, unfortunately. Now, to be fair, very few people are exclusively that, because everybody is stupid about something and everybody is an asshole sometimes. That's just how it is. That's just the nature of, it's just human nature. It's one of the things I don't like. I just wish we were better overall. I wish we weren't as flawed. I wish we weren't as, self-righteous and judgmental and reckless and irrational and all of that. Wouldn't have a problem with people if they were just quiet. Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, I don't really have a problem with people as long as they don't bother me, And some people just are loud and obnoxious and pushy and invasive, Too many bad people. Case in point, people who don't wear masks. Yeah. I've seen too much of that anti-mask bullshit. Like, my favorite in terms of stupidity is still the whole the government's going to muzzle people. Muzzle. They're going to control you. The government is going to control you by making you wear a mask, which makes you anonymous on security cameras, which makes you harder to track. but they're gonna control you by making you wear a piece of cloth in front of your face. This is the kind of stupidity that we're dealing with. That's the kind of thing that pisses me off. That's just one of many examples. What? My roommate bought me a dildo for Christmas knowing I'd open it in front of my parents. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? The masks have like microchips. Or, the vaccine is gonna have a microchip. Yeah, and then you look at the syringes that veterinarians use to actually inject tracking chips, and you see this giant ass needle, and you're like, the poor dogs. The tiny needle that vaccines are injected with. Yeah, sure, they're gonna have something in there that takes control of your brain. Don't worry, there's nothing to control. Don't have anything to be afraid of there. Oh, well. Yes, Merry Christmas. Yeah, people in groups. There's a certain kind of group stupidity, a certain dynamic going on there. Would you consider yourself to be happy right now? It's a good question. I don't think I can consider myself happy as such. For that, there are a little too many things not going well right now, but I'm content. I'm definitely very happy with my marriage, and that's a big part of it, right? Quality of life. So there's that. No offense, but the stream is a little too boring for me. Yeah, that's fair enough. Just move on, watch something else. I won't blame you. It's a late evening stream, so it's low energy, so that's all right. Where's the scientific evidence masks work? Dude, there's so many studies showing it. Just search, okay? Just go on Google Scholar and search. You'll find plenty. It's really not hard. You have no excuse for being willfully ignorant. Knowledge is right at your frickin' fingertips. Life is a series of valleys and peaks. That's true. Who feels the need to watch a stream and comment that it's too boring? I mean, if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you might be like, huh? Okay, this is more boring than I expected. But, I mean, yeah, you can just leave. It's not information that's going to make me suddenly like start a super exciting show here on the spot, but whatever, it's fine. I don't mind. You'd consider yourself a pessimistic or optimistic person? Definitely more on the pessimistic side. I like to think of it as realistic, but I know that maybe that's probably just my bias. Love the chill night vibe. Nice. Glad to know. Why is there no background music? Because YouTube fucks you over as soon as you dare play anything. Anything. Is it possible to dye your beard? I mean, sure. I'm not going to, but it's possible. Any firearm videos in the future? Nothing planned currently. Yeah, that's the crazy shit. Royalty-free music too. YouTube algorithm has a number of times created like a copyright claim on royalty-free music. I shit you not. That's how broken the system is. Any tattoos? It's hard to show from this angle. Wait, can you even see that? Yeah. Yeah. You can. Some people have gotten copyright claims on their own music. I don't doubt that. I am not surprised at all. This whole thing is a mess. Ridiculous. How long have you been streaming? I have not been streaming the entire time. I just started again. Just like, what, an hour ago? Or something? 45 minutes ago. Has not been the entire time. Do you believe in Satan? No, I don't. That is an odd question. How was your nap? I haven't had a nap. I can't do that. Feel like garbage whenever I wake up after a nap. Why do you stream so much lately? Because I feel like it. That's literally all. That's the entire reason. I do it if I feel like it. Sorry, I know it was odd. It's 4 a.m. here. Okay, fair enough. Y'all need to donate to Skall. Yes, all of you. Every single one. Right now. Do it. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want. Have you thought of doing any bushcraft videos? I've done that every now and then. But not like seriously. Yeah, I don't know either why people are asking religious questions. No idea. If you can say Batman in Norwegian. Flaggermusmann. That would be the literal translation. Then there's the Finnish version. Was that Lederlappen? That's weird. Yeah, Flaggermus. Dude. Flying Mouse Man, yeah, pretty much. I think it's even like Flapping Mouse Man. Flappy Mouse. Is that the Swedish version? I thought it was Finnish, but I might have misremembered. Okay, I'm looking for the next interesting thing. Come on, guys. Has your ability to speak Norwegian diminished noticeably since you left Norway? I'm sure it has. Because not speaking a language for years usually does that. And I haven't tried speaking it again, so I would assume so. But I can't tell you. So where's them 200 kroner, huh? I said it. I said it in Norwegian. Happy holidays to you as well, Sergeant Bananiel. Thank you. Have you ever taken the 16 personalities test? Which one is that? Please don't tell me it's Myers-Briggs, because Myers-Briggs is bullshit. Let's see. Jung? Carl Jung? No. Sorry, but no. That is so outdated. No. This really bothers me that so much of super outdated psychology is now like popular. Like early 20th century stuff. Psychology has moved on since then. That really bothers me that people, I mean, do whatever you want, but it irks me that such, outdated, inaccurate stuff is still being spread. No, you're just wrong, okay? How? Yeah, Freud, same thing, also outdated. I do have a Discord, but only for supporters on Patreon and, members and stuff. Keeps it nice and small and manageable. Thank you, Sanity Sold Separately. That's a pretty cool name. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Kavuku. Yeah, probably pronounced that correctly. What you do want to take is the Big Five. Yes. Big Five is a much more recent personality test. And in fact, even that has already been updated. Because, like, for example, at this point, we know that things like introversion and extroversion, they aren't two ends of the same spectrum, they're actually parallel, meaning that you can, in fact, be high in both introversion and extroversion. That's a funny thing. I guess that would be considered an ambivert. Stuff like that. So, yeah, psychological research has come a long way since the early 20th century. So, yeah. MBTI test wasn't even made by psychologists. That's the other thing. Psychologists. I skipped the S. So it's kind of like, what would be the word for it? I mean, there is like popular psychology, and that's pretty much it, pop culture psych. It's like psychology light. It's not academic psychology. David Bowden, thank you. Christmas gift to you. Question: what's your favorite alcoholic beverage? If I had to pick just one, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not really much into alcohol. But if I had to pick one, I might pick mead. Mead is good. Psychology in practice is largely a pseudoscience anyway. Whoa, stop right there. That is very wrong. Very wrong. It used to be. That's the thing. If you're thinking of Jung and Freud especially, yeah, that was pseudoscience. But the way it is now, current psychology, anything but. I mean, I'm married to a psychology doctor. I would know that. I'm at least exposed enough to it by proxy, and I've taken an introductory course in psychology. Enough to know that, yeah, it's anything but pseudoscience. Have you cut with L6 steel swords? No, not so far. Meat is good, but beer is better. I have to disagree with that. At least for me personally, meat is where it's at because beer is bitter. I don't like it. I mean, there are some types of, dark, sweet-ish beer, but even the sweetest beer is still mostly bitter, to me at least. No kids. Don't have and won't have. There you go. Ofoten actually followed up on it. Thank you. There is the actual 200 crowns. I'm impressed. Thanks, you really didn't have to. I was just pulling your leg. Would you have studied psychology if you had the chance? No, I don't have the mind for it. I have to admit, and I could tell that from from the introductory course I took, because you need to have a good memory for it, and I do not. My memory is atrocious. So yeah. Yeah, I know there are sweeter beers, but like I said, even the sweetest beers still seem kind of bitter to me. IPA beer literally tastes like goddamn pine sap. Okay. I don't know what pine sap tastes like. Merry Christmas, sober Bryce here. Good to know, my friend. Thank you. Why though no kids? Why would I? Or why would we? Like, I don't understand the question. Like, is there somehow an imperative? Like, do I have to explain why? It's like, no. There's many reasons, but do I have to explain them? I don't think so. It's just, we just don't. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. It's just, I could go into the reasons, but it takes too long. It's not an interesting topic, really, to me. Yeah, I mean, some people are explaining their reasons, so there you go. It's a personal thing, and it's not our business. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It sounds kind of rude when you tell someone it's none of their business, but I mean, there should be a polite way of saying that, right? Because there are certain things that, well, they aren't your business. But it always sounds rude, doesn't it? If I say that's none of your business, that sounds rude, right? But it is what it is. I mean, there's plenty of reasons. There's economical reasons. There is the realization that you wouldn't be a good parent because of the issues you have, and there's a number of things. For us, it's the responsible choice, and it's also we just don't want to. Even if we didn't have all the practical reasons, we don't want to. I want to be far away from kids. It's nobody's business, your life decisions like that. Really, all you gotta say, bro. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying not to be a dick about it. I'm just trying to be polite. I know I'm too Canadian. Canadian social. Well, I mean, yeah, yeah. You can still be socialized in your adult life. So, good job, bro. The passive aggressive, just ignore the. Oh, wait. No. Sorry, never mind. I misread it. No, you're right. Sorry. For a moment, I thought you were going in a different direction. I misread it. No, you're right. I could just ignore it. My reasons are my own, indeed. I can't handle screaming kids. Me neither. The daycare nearby here is a Cthulhu level sanity drain. I'll tell you that. The screeching is just, oh, it kills me. It kills my sanity. Let's be honest, a messer is better than a kit anyway. I mean, it's cheaper. It doesn't do as much damage to your home. Yep, exactly that. You do you, be happy. That's the thing. Like, don't care about what other people say. You just do what's best for you. As long as it doesn't harm anyone else. As long as you don't harm anyone, you're good. It's your life, your choice. I take offense at that. I declare thou hast offended me, sir. Lovecraft was a racist. Yes, he was, but what does that have to do with anything right now? How dare you be happy in a different way than everyone else around me pretending to be? Yeah, I know, right? That's the thing. Racist is so 2020. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, yeah, you're right, because racism is seeing quite a revival in 2020. Racists are actually out in the open and just do not care at all. You know, like Proud Boys and all that. Yay. Thanks for years of content. You're welcome. And thanks for sticking around. Doing another steampunk shopkeeper bit anytime soon? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know yet how soon, but it's planned. In fact, I might actually... I'll probably turn it into a series. No, it isn't. Racism is better than it's ever been. If by better you mean stronger, then yes, it is. I mean, it does depend. It does depend on what you're looking at. Because here's the thing, like, overall, on average, like the general population on average is less racist than it was in the 50s in particular, but even later. But the extremes, if I compare to the 90s, all the neo-Nazis just out and about and just not afraid to get punched in the face the way they used to be. Yeah, that's the thing. The Proud Boys aren't racist. Would you mind explaining the 6 million wasn't enough thing then? That's literally their slogan. Come on, dude. Yeah, it's true. There's never been as much equality before in history. That is true. And never been so much human trafficking behind the scenes. There's that too. I mean, it's weird. It's a weird kind of extremes. Because you know what? Let's not go down the politics rabbit hole, okay? Well, I think we kind of need a Captain America again, who literally punches Nazis in the face. Apparently that's offensive to some people now. Because my face, bitch. Right? Yeah. But yeah, let's not go there. You think anyone can be a psychologist, or does it require some talent? It doesn't require talent, it just requires studying. Watch all your videos and pay nothing. Here's my due for all the entertainment you've provided. And encourage others to bless Skal. Thank you, David, but there is no due. It is free content to enjoy as such, and there's no obligation anyway. Have you seen Metatron's Soul Calibur video? Sorry if you already talked about it. I saw the announcement. Has he actually done it? Like, has he put up the tournament itself? If he has, then I have not seen that. It's called a tithe. Okay, that sounds a little bit preposterous. Just saying, dude, it's annoying when people accept BS they've heard on the news, on the internet. Best to be rational and do proper research. Yeah. Yes, that's what I did. That's how I found out about the whole, 6 million wasn't enough. It's on Snopes, for example. If you, look into it, yeah. It's not just some random news thing. But as said, that's enough. Let's leave the politics be. There's plenty of channels that you can go to for politics, including political debates and everything. I really don't like to do that here. Oh, yeah, of course. Everything is biased that you don't like. Sure. Sure, bro. I've seen that plenty of times. Oh, this source you just quoted, I don't like it, it's biased. Because it shows facts that contradict what I believe, so it must be wrong. Yeah, I know. I wasn't planning to go down the politics rabbit hole. Have you ever tried Olympic fencing? I have not. Sub or dub? I have to say, like, even though people keep saying that subtitles are more accurate and everything, I often can't stand the Japanese voices. They're especially like the female voices, but a lot of others are just so high pitched. I can't do it. I can't hang with that. So for me, it's often dubbed just because they're not as irritating to listen to. Any feathers that have impressed you lately? I haven't tried any new ones lately. Make a video about Katzbalger. Nothing planned. Do feathers break during sparring? Sometimes they can. I've heard of it. Not common. You still talking about that? Okay, dude, I'll give you one thing, and that is, I will never exclude the possibility that I can be wrong about something, because I don't spend hours every day researching and critiquing every source and checking everything 100%. On important things, I do, but because I generally don't talk about politics, it doesn't really matter. Like, I soak up things that I read here and there, and sometimes they're wrong. Yeah, it happens. That's why I generally prefer to not talk about it. But the thing is, even if you're wrong about one thing, like, for example, let's assume that the whole 6 million thing is wrong. They've done a lot of other shit. And they've done a lot of things that are very obviously racist. Or, at the very least, on the kind of radical nationalist side, So I'm just going to leave it at that. It's not exactly a trustworthy group. Can we agree on that? That's a good way to put it. Politics are fun in the right section and for the right people. I mean, yeah, I suppose. Like, if you have people who are really deep into politics and have, studied them a lot and are really up to date on everything, yeah, it can be great. They can have great debates. They can have, whatever. But I'm not one of those people, okay? I have my opinions, but I usually keep them to myself, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to convert anyone or make, it's not a political channel, in short. So let's keep it that way. Oof. What is the dumbest thing someone has asked you? That's hard because I've seen so many mind-numbingly stupid questions over the years. But I try to push them out of my mind, quite frankly. I try to not remember them. So I want to change the subject. I'm from the US and carry a gun for a living. What are your favorite modern guns? What are your least favorite? I mean, you might want to crucify me, but least favorite, Glock comes to mind. I just hate the ergonomics on them. Um, I do like the Smith & Wesson M&P is quite nice. I like that. I like the Ruger GP100 is among my all-time favorites. It was such a great revolver. What else? Favorites. There are some that I have a weak spot for. Like, for example, the Chris Vector. Like, I wouldn't say it's like a super amazing firearm, but I like it. Hope I'm not one of the ones who said something might nominally stupid to you. Honestly, I have no idea. Because I see hundreds of comments on all the time. So I cannot remember usernames. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know what you've said before. I really don't. New digital artist. Any advice on freelancing? Currently? Can't tell you. Like I did it in like around 2008, 9, 10. No, wait. No. More like 2010, 11. But that's outdated. I don't really know anymore. Don't really have good advice for you. Sorry. Desert Eagle. It's. I look at it as a bit of an overpriced toy. Like, it's cool and all, but it's not like the most practical handgun ever. You know what I mean? Dude. Oh, okay. You'd asked about one of the dumbest questions. Here's one. Can you tell me what the Nazis do beside the quote-unquote Holocaust? Wow. No, I'm not gonna go there. This is no. There comes a point where I'm just like, no, just get out of here. This is too ridiculous. We're not doing that. Read a book, okay? Just go read a book. That's all I'm gonna say. Could you dual wield 2 crossbows? You could, but why would you want to? Like, you can't cock it with one hand, you know? And if you can, it's puny. I mean, I'm tempted. Like, my banned finger is really itching. I'm I hate banning people. I like to avoid it. Well, I'm just gonna keep an eye on him. If he continues with this bullshit, then he's definitely gone. Add that one to the dumbest questions list. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, oh boy. When did fireworks become a Christmas tradition? Did they? I'm not aware of any place where they are. To me, fireworks are on New Year's Eve, not on Christmas. So I don't know. Didn't mean to defend Nazis or upset you, and I did read about it a lot. Just thought we can have a rational discussion about it. Why? Why though? I mean, what's the point? Now, I'm pretty sure just about everybody is pretty well educated about what they did. I don't think there's any need to. You might as well, debate. You might as well debate whether the world wars were a good thing, like, or why they were bad or whatever. It's like, what's the point? Is that view real? Legit real? This? Yeah? Oh, you mean this? Oh, right. Because when I look at the camera, what I see is this. Oh, wait, not this. Give me a moment. Wait, which one is this? There? No. Okay, I can't actually show you right now. No, wait. There. Somehow I thought you meant this because, like, on the camera screen, I can actually see some lights and stuff in the background. You meant the picture, of course. And yes, this is a picture I took in 2009, 10, something like that. Quite a while ago. Are you familiar with Survival Lily's YouTube channel? Yeah, I've seen a few videos. I'm not very familiar with it, but she created a survival knife that she sells. Would you consider testing it sometime? I don't think I'm the right person for it. I'm not really much of a bushcraft kind of guy, so I think that's better to leave to people who are more familiar with it and more experienced, All right, that's okay. That's why I like to give people the benefit of the doubt instead of just banning someone. It's all right. I'm not sure what made you think that it was a talk about the topic specific. I mean, it did come up, but just I didn't really want to pursue it. Because I said this is generally a politics-free zone. Sometimes people bring it up on live streams in the chat, and sometimes I just respond to it, just in the moment, but I generally prefer not to. Because it's just divisive and it just makes everybody angry, and I mean, that in and of itself is not a reason not to do it. It's important. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's important to talk about these things, but I don't want to because I'm not an expert on politics. So I leave that to people who know more. That's all I'm saying. Have you thought of doing knife and hatchet/machete reviews from bespoke.com? Nope, not so far. I'm not aware of it. I haven't heard of it before. Thanks for me making videos and being a pretty cool dude. Oh, thank you. And Merry Christmas to you as well. Let's talk about politics as well. Bugs with multiple partners. Polyamorous ticks. Actually, no, I don't want to talk about ticks. Ticks are gross. I want to kill them all with fire. I hate ticks. I hate anything that, crawls and bites or stings, and screw that. What time is it where you are? It's actually getting pretty close to bedtime. It's 10:30. I normally go to bed at 11. Yeah, I know, like an old man. Feel free to laugh. So you don't like nature? I like nature, I just don't like the nasties that nature has to offer, Yeah, exactly. You can like nature and despise ticks. There's nothing weird about that or illogical. Yes, they do tick me off. I have a terrible phobia of lampreys. Are they in Canada? You know what? I'm not sure. Ugh. Okay, I hope not, because ew. Ugh. I did not need to look that up. I just want to thank you. I'm interested in many things medieval, and you already helped me fight my depression with your awesome vids. Awesome. Glad to know. Among other things, your videos took part in saving my life. Damn. Well, great to know, and keep on going. I know what depression is like. I've dealt with it before. I still deal with it to an extent, and I know how much it sucks. But keep on going. It does get better over time. You get better at managing it, and exercise helps. But I know how it can be sometimes. Depression just drains your energy to the point that you can't. But it does help if you're able to. Anyway, happy holidays to you as well, Herbal Heart. Yes, we are doing pretty well. Been watching your vids for many years now. I have you to thank for me joining a local HEMA school. Awesome. Glad to know that. Jerusalem crickets are the worst. Okay, specifically? I mean, crickets generally are pretty loud, but... I'm guessing your wife helps you a lot with depression. I can't even begin to describe. Huge difference, yeah. I'm not sure I would have made it by myself. Best weapons of the back of horses. No, that's not my... I'm not the right guy for that. I have zero experience with anything from horseback, so I need to leave that to somebody who does. I mean, yeah, crickets don't give you Lyme disease. That is definitely a good thing to note. Something in their favor. Who else is just waiting for this year to end at the moment? Yeah, a lot of people. Will the Skallagrim rise once more before 2020? No. Is the Kriegsmesser still your favorite? Yes. I actually changed my mind a little bit. I mean, yeah. Because I said the Lockwood was my favorite longsword, and I said, I do like about longswords that they're double-edged. I generally prefer double-edged over single-edged, but you know what? The more I think about it, and the more if I really mull it over, I think I still do prefer the Kriegsmesser over it. Hey, stop sagging. The microphone stand is getting old. Starting to have some trouble keeping it up. This microphone stand needs some blue pills. Anyway. I survived 2020 and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Yes, indeed. Oh, hey, Chad. How's it going? Funny to see you around here. I mean, I know it's not the first time, but I don't know what time it is where you're at right now. And yes, Merry Christmas to you as well. We can only hope that next year will be better than this. I want to say it can only be better, but then I feel like it's gonna be just gonna punish me for saying that. I've trained Saber off my ATV. Dangerous but effective. I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do. Nostradamus said the end of the world was in 2021. Did he? I mean, he said a lot of things. I don't know. I haven't really looked deeply into it. I'm not really not really interested in prophecy because, well, I'm not going to go into the details because that might just start another political thing. But anyway. What else is going on? Friend got to meet you at a Timmy's in Ontario. I guess that must have been during the move. I don't remember meeting anyone at a Timmy's during that move in Ontario. Maybe I forgot, but I don't think so. I mean, I've had sometimes somebody asks me or tells me like, hey, I think I saw you in, I don't know, Nebraska on this and that day. I'm like, I was never there, so I doubt it. But maybe I just forgot. It could be. It was a very tiring experience, so I might not have been quite there at the time if it happened. Hospital with COVID? Oh, damn. Sorry to know, man. I want to tell you I love your channel and I thank you for the content that you bring. You bring happiness to a lot of people, including those of us sickly. Well, best of luck with recovery. Get well soon. And I'm glad that it helps at least a little bit. At least keep your mind off things. That's the problem with it, yeah. Nostradamus's prophecies can only be understood after the event has happened. But that's the thing, that's the problem with prophecies. People generally don't remember all the failed prophecies. They latch on to those prophecies that were then interpreted after the fact to presumably have predicted what just happened. That's a problem. Like if you keep making prophecies, if you just keep throwing them out just by random chance, they will quote unquote become true. Or at least you can, after the fact, kind of finagle them and interpret them so that, because especially if they're vague enough, then you can always be like, oh, this event that just happened, that's what they meant. That's a bunch of humbug, if you ask me. That's where critical thinking is important. Exactly, yeah. The million monkeys with typewriters. That. Indeed. Great channel, love your work. Merry Christmas. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you as well. Best to be prepared for hard times, though. Yes, that is true. That's always good, but nowadays in particular. Hello, Merry Christmas. Skala, wish you the best. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you. For this Christmas, I give a sax to my little brother. Nice. That should be an enjoyable gift. You read his chat very, very wrong. Yeah, it's not S-E-X, it's S-E-A-X. Big difference. Who would you say your favorite fencing master is? That's a very good question. I'm most familiar with Joachim Meyer. Would I say it's my favorite? I don't know. I will say Fiore has grown on me. Not my favorite, but he has grown on me. And, Ring X Gloss of Lichtenauer is very good. There are a number of others that are also quite good. There's too many to list, really. Silver I find amusing. I wouldn't say favorite, but he's entertaining to read. Let's put it that way. One vowel can be the difference between a weapon and a felony. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy how language goes. Keep on being awesome. You're a special kind of person. Me and my wife like you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like that. I'd like to say Capo Ferro, but you gotta have Popeye forearms to practice the style. Kinda. It's good though. Thank you, Sir Vatne Brian. I might have. I'm assuming it's Norwegian because of the crones. Either way, thank you. Why does Bowie knife have to be pronounced as Bowie? Dude, I have no idea. I wish I knew. I used to pronounce it as Bowie because that's how you write it, but apparently that's incorrect. Apparently it is pronounced as Bowie. I have no idea why. It's not a David Bowie knife, apparently. Talhofer has some crazy stuff, like hilariously weird stuff. It's just not a very detailed manuscript because, you know, there's a lot of pictures that just have like one sentence and that's it. Oh, the creator pronounced his name Bowie. All right, fair enough. You know, it's just like with some names, like, you know, why is it Arkansas instead of Arkansas? You know, it's I never understood that. Same with a lot of English place names. They're like, you know, like it's spelled Thames, but it's pronounced Thames. Why? It's just language, you know, language back in history was a little different pronunciation rules and stuff. What? Calais is pronounced callous in Maine? What? Crazy. Helle knives? I do like. I have a Helle knife. Yeah. Words. You know what? I think I'm starting to get too tired. It's literally 10 minutes before my bedtime, so I think we're gonna have to wrap this up here. I'm dropping hard. So yeah, thank you for showing up, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this super chill hangout, tired and all evening stuff, and hope you had an enjoyable Christmas so far. And hope you will continue to enjoy the remaining holiday and all that, and great new year and blah blah, all of that. So I will see you next time.